Hello guys and welcome back to TechWolf. Today we are going to do CompTIA A Plus Core 2 practice questions, and this will be for the exam for CompTIA A Plus 220-1202. This is the exam which was released in 2025. So this is for the latest exam. And here is the first question, and it is: a technician wants to prevent users from changing system settings on company computers. So if you are a technician, you don't want users to change any settings on company computers or some settings on company's computers. What should they configure? So how you can achieve it and what you should configure? Group policy, Windows Defender, Task Manager, Event Viewer, or File Explorer. I will make it a bit bigger so you can better see. And this is also, guys, as well from Skill Test Pro, like I'm mentioning all the time. You can go in and you can do 3 practice tests for each exams on CompTIA certifications, Microsoft or Cisco certifications. So which one would be the correct answer here? And here the correct answer is group policy, as group policy allows administrators or technicians, whoever is in charge, to enforce security and configure settings on a network. So if you are an administrator or if you are like a technician and you would want to do some changes or some settings on computer systems, on all of them, you would use group policy. A technician suspects a failing hard drive. What is the best tool to check for drive errors? So, if you think that hard drive is failing or there is some problem with hard drive, what would be the best tool to check for any drive errors which are there? Which command or which tool you would use? ipconfig, netstat, tracert, msconfig, or check disk. And by the way, guys, when you are preparing for this CompTIA A Plus Core 2 practice exam, you should at least 5 times try out all these commands which are required on CompTIA A Plus Core 2 exam objectives. You should check all these commands and you should try them out for yourself. So you not only remember these commands, what they are doing, but you really understand how to use these commands. And by the way, here on TechWolf channel I have also a full playlist of videos where I am explaining all of these commands and showing you how to use all of these commands and showing you how these commands work on Windows environments. If you are interested, I will leave a link to full playlist of these commands where you can check them out on your computer for yourself. So which one would be the correct answer here? And here the correct answer is check disk, guys, as the check disk command scans and repairs errors on a disk. So scans and repairs errors. A Windows system is unable to boot and slows an operating system not found error and shows an operating system not found error. What is the most likely cause? When you are reading this, you should also think where is your operating system installed. And here, what is the most likely cause? Missing or corrupted boot files, low monitor resolution, weak Wi-Fi signal, incorrect printer driver, or disabled Windows Defender. Which one would be the correct answer here? And here the correct answer is missing or corrupted boot files, as this error is often caused by missing or corrupted sector files or a disconnected hard drive. So one thing could be disconnected hard drive, if you would see that here, or also another thing is that this error is often caused by missing or corrupted boot sector files. A technician needs to free up disk space on Windows machine, so you need more space on your Windows. Which tool should they use? And by the way, you can do it also right now after this video and free up space more on your Windows computer. Task Manager, Device Manager, Disk Cleanup, Windows Defender, or File Explorer. And here the correct answer is disk cleanup. And I have also a video how you can use it and explain you and show you how you can clean up your computer and get more space by using this tool, which is disk cleanup on your Windows environment. As disk cleanup removes unnecessary files to free up disk space. A user reports their computer suddenly shut down and won't power on. What is the most likely cause? When you see errors or things which shutting down your computer, you should think straight away about two things. One is overheating, and why computer is shutting down itself. That could be some physical issue, this could be one, and another thing is that could be some overheating issue. So computer is trying to protect itself. As modern motherboards, they have built-in shutdown option when your, for example, components of your computer are starting to overheat. So there could be two major issues. One is overheating, and one is that there is some physical, for example, disconnected cable or something like that issue, which is causing this. So our answers are outdated graphics driver, power supply failure, incorrect DNS settings, corrupt user profile, or weak Wi-Fi signal, which would be the correct answer. And here the correct answer is power supply failure. As you read through all others, they are not most likely issues. So like I said, and this is physical issue, as power supply might be failed, there might be wire problem or anything like that. And like I mentioned, another thing which is causing, and whenever you are getting these questions on your real exam, that your computer shuts down. One is physical issues which could arise, like cables not connected, failed like power supplies and things like that, and another is overheating, as that is when motherboard or computer is trying to protect itself. It is simply shutting down when it is getting overheated. In this scenario, power supply failure, as power supply can cause sudden shutdowns and prevent the system from powering back on. A technician needs to ensure computer is using the correct DNS settings. Which command should they use? So, which command to check for correct DNS settings would you use? And like I mentioned, make sure you know your commands before your Core 2 exam whenever you are taking it, because this is rather costly exam to go without knowing and understanding these commands. And in your real life, why would you need that CompTIA A plus Core 2 or CompTIA A plus certification if you don't know how to use these commands in real life? So before you go there, make sure you understand and you have checked all these commands which are in CompTIA A plus Core 2 exam objectives, and you can download exam objectives from their official website. And there's also exam objectives, by the way, I believe on Skill Test Pro. If you go into CompTIA and Core 2, you will find their exam objectives as well for the latest exam. So which command should they use in this scenario? And here the correct answer is NSLOOKUP, as the NSLOOKUP command checks and tests DNS resolution settings. A user complains that their laptop shut down immediately when unplugged. So now we are talking about laptop that shuts down immediately when we plug it out. What is the most likely cause? And this should be very easy to answer. You should straight away understand why is this happening, because we are talking about laptop, we are talking about the problem is that it is shutting down, and what the action what user is doing is it is unplugging it from the socket. Corrupt user profile, faulty battery, overheating CPU, incompatible graphics driver, too many startup programs. In this scenario, has nothing to do with overheating CPU, because in the question it is telling you what user is doing. So most likely the correct answer is faulty battery, as a failing battery can cause the laptop to shut down as soon as it's disconnected from the AC power. And how to check your battery health, I have also videos. I have many videos on Windows 10 and Windows 11 operating systems where I show you how you can check the battery health on your laptop. And you can check it in percentages and see whether you need to change it if you are intended using your laptop without being plugged in. And next question, which command can be used to test connectivity to a specific website or IP address? Now we are talking about connectivity. And connectivity, always there is one command which I'm always mentioning you guys. This command is one of the most used commands in networking. If you will be a network guy, if you're planning to become a network guy, you will be using this command on daily basis multiple times. So ping dir ipconfig, actually this is doubling, for or format. So which command can be used to test connectivity? And here, to test connectivity, we are using ping command, as the ping command sends packets, so 4 times, or you can also run ping command so it will be sending these packets unlimited times. But if you are not adding specific parameters, it will send 4 times these packets and will measure connectivity from and to back to your device from which you are sending these ping commands. And I believe the protocol ping is using is ICMP. And next question, a technician is troubleshooting an application that crashes on launch. What should they try first? So you are troubleshooting applications that crashes whenever you are trying to start that application. What should you try first? Disable the firewall, change the display settings, run the application as administrator, delete the user profile, or install a new hard drive, which would be the correct answer here. And here the correct answer is that you should try to run the application as administrator to give that particular application full access and ability to run on your computer system. And some applications require administrative privileges to run properly. Which Windows feature allows users to encrypt files and folders individually? BitLocker. And by the way, talking about this previous question, how you can run, if for example someone don't know how to run the applications on your computer as administrator, is simply you find the application which you would want to run, you right click on the mouse and in the selection menu which will appear, click on run as administrator, and that will run that particular application as administrator. So now back to this question, which Windows feature allows users to encrypt files and folders individually? BitLocker, encrypting file system or EFS, disk cleanup, files history, or device manager. And here the keyword is individually. So we want to encrypt files or folders individually, not all of them. And here you should know that that is encrypting file system or EFS, as EFS provides encryption for individual files and folders, while BitLocker, if we are talking about BitLocker, encrypts entire drives. For example, if you have a C drive or D drive on your computer and you want to encrypt all of it or all drives altogether, then you would use BitLocker.